Traders, welcome back to another price session trading lesson. We're going to talk about how to use price session rules to help us identify high probability setups. And I first need to identify what is the market structure. So what is the market structure presented to me? Well, I can see that we had a very strong bullish push up followed by a very strong sell off. And you can already see I'm using the nature of price session to help me to stay on the right side of the market. I'm using these channels because there's a trend line rule that says after break of a channel, traders expect for prices to retest the extreme. So we have a break, attempt to create new high was formed. We have a downtrend, we have a break. So now we expect for this downtrend to create new extreme. But that's not the only thing that I'm focusing as of right now. I can see that right here at the very beginning of today's session, and by the way, this black lines separates the previous session from today's session. There's a gap. You can see prices open here, gapped up, and there is no bar in between. And a lot of times in price session, this should catch your attention because prices like to see this gap filled. You don't have to worry about this too much once you see bullish trend. You keep creating high highs, high lows. You're getting so far away from the gap. You trade a structure, you see not the structure you want, so you would adapt to a brand new strong trend. But right now, as I can see, this very strong sell-off, I expect new low. So I don't only expect for prices to reach the low of the day, I also expect for prices to fill this gap. So be mindful of these gaps. A lot of times they're going to get filled. So definitely this adds a brand new reason for me to be thinking more bearish. So now that I know that the structure is bearish, and notice what we have, a very strong bearish sell-off and quite a strong sell-off. So already I'm thinking that there is possibly a wider downtrend, but I cannot really get ahead of myself just yet because I have first leg down, break second leg down. We haven't really closed the gap just yet. I need a bit more confirmation, but I'm leaning more bearish overall. Let's see what the prices are going to do. So we're working sideways. Okay, this is interesting. And notice what happened. Okay, so at this point on, the market is giving me clear information where it's heading, what is the direction of the market, and what is the pattern. Because if I'm going to analyze this structure, I can clearly see that this tiny downtrend has evolved into much wider channel because there's a push down, another new low, and a very strong sell-off again. So this is indicating to me that there is a stronger downtrend right now developing. And this is what you do. You first play the tight channel because it will lead you to the right places where the high probability setup will form. And eventually, as you can see, broader channel developing, stronger momentum. You just expand the channel. You can see multiple confirmations right here. And right now you can see a very strong sell-off is happening. So the directional bias of the market remains bearish. I want to sell. How can I sell and where can I sell? I just want to sell a high probability setup because I cannot afford to sell at the very low of the day. I don't know what's going to happen. There is a high risk that the prices will instantly reverse and pull back. You're far away from EMA, notice how EMA is pointing down. I only want to sell at the key entry point at the trendline or EMA, and I want to sell high probability setup. Second entry short because market likes to move in pairs of twos. Okay, this is the new low. I'm just going to redraw the channel, break. New extreme for the channel, and notice we have small two-legged pullback, so we have second entry short. But notice how far away it is from EMA. It can be a pullback there. It's so far down, I can't really take it. Then we have lower high confirmation setup of this second entry short, which normally would be perfect setup. If these two setups form near the EMA, these would have been perfect, but they are still far away from the EMA. And you can see how powerful these patterns are because the trend line keeps holding. Unfortunately, it was way too aggressive, too far from the EMA. Okay, now we have a major close outside of this channel. So what that means is that I expect for prices to continue working lower. I don't expect reversal bullish just yet. Remember, after there is a close outside, there's a break of the channel. There's a high chance that price action will form and retest this lowest low inside this channel. So my goal right now is just to let the bullish correction play out and wait for prices to give me a nice high probability setup. And I have second entry short, new low, first entry short, second entry short, but I have the same issue as I had right here. And I'm not at the key entry point this time, so I'm really far away from EMA. I cannot take it just yet. Market keeps pushing higher. So as I can see, market pushing higher like this allows me to expect stronger correction and redraw my channel. You can see how nice it's getting confirmed. So clearly the uptrend is wider. There is no setup anyway. We have bullish bar followed by a bearish doji. No setup here. Break new high. we have a bearish bar here, but 4 bars congested, EMA anomalies bars, no setup, this is not a high probability setup. EMA keeps holding and you need new low. So you expect that market is going to create a leg down. This is what we expect. This is what we are being hinted by the market because EMA keeps holding and I can see break new high. However, I just can't really pull the trigger on this sketchy setup. I expect lower high. I would like to see lower high confirmation setup of this setup to new low. Can we get lower high? We can't get lower high and market kept pushing lower and indeed created new extreme as we expected according to trendline rule. And now we expect correction or reversal. Now, sometimes when the trend gets very strong, you can see that this downtrend never really closed significantly above EMA. And this was a very strong sell-off. So when I see downtrend like this, I generally don't want to be taking reversal pattern just yet because you never know how many pushes lower you're going to get. They're going to be maybe 2 legs to a new low, maybe a wider channel will develop. I'm not really that sure, so I'm just not going to get ahead of myself. At the same time, if I want to go short, I cannot take second entry short, however. I want to see lower high confirmation of second entry short. I have new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short, failure. But I have EMA anomalies bars, 5 bars stacked right next to each other, so this is congestion. Either way, if I'm bullish or bearish, I can go long or sell regardless. It's just too congested. Above EMA, nothing, congestion. More congestion. And very strong bullish push up. Okay, and notice what's happening. We keep trending higher. So at this point on, I'm adapting. I have clear break, new low, okay, and very strong bullish reversal. So I'm just going to identify a brand new uptrend again. Why? Well, because there's always a pattern that price action is following. And just like here we had a break new low, I want to follow the right direction of the market. So I'm going to redraw the channel. It's pretty hard to find perfect trend channel line because I have no earlier swing here to put the trend channel line towards to. So I just moving it forward. It can be overshoot, very hard to tell in real time, not really sure. So I'm just going to move it here. Now the directional bias of the market is bullish. I have second entry long, but notice again, so far away from EMA, bearish bar far away from EMA, and then I have this setup. I have visual 2-legged pullback, but still not fully touching the EMA. Signal bar not the strongest, and we didn't tick below. If we at least tick below this bearish bar, it would have been tempting, but we can also make it all the way down to this trend line, okay? Because right now you are still in the middle of this trend channel and you can make it all the way down here. And the fact that you didn't tick below here, you're not fully touching the EMA, don't really want to go long here just yet. It just feels a little bit sketchy. As I can see, price is pushing lower. This is allowing me to select a little bit wider down, so I'm just going to redraw the wider downtrend. And I can see a very strong bullish reversal, confirming my key entry point. It can be a break. I wasn't playing it as a break because it depends how you draw it, because it is very close. You don't have to be perfect, you have to be close. Sometimes it is very hard to tell exactly because the differences are in millimeters, but you can see either way you get confirmation of this very strong key entry point. Big bull bar, can I go long? Not really, I just had the downtrend drawn, confirmed. But notice very strong bullish follow through. So what am I expecting? Okay, I see 2 key entry points holding, EMA and the trend line. So now that I know that the directional bias resuming is bullish, I can expect high-low confirmation setup of the bounce of key entry point. And notice what I have. I have high-low confirmation setup, but notice still not closing fully enough to EMA. And this is a little bit worrisome. You never know if you're going to tick lower, form felt second entry short, and then go higher. However, you can see the strong 2 big bull bars and rejection of 2 key entry points. The bias is clearly shifting bullish. I will market only aggressive. Aggressive trader can take a chance here because you have the context right. There's no denying about the context. You're going to push higher. The question now is timing. A lot of times, you know, you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but this is such a small bar, a little bit doji-ish, but decent. You can take a chance here. Personally, I was waiting here. And then you get a felt second entry short, but it's really far away from EMA. And notice now you have high-low confirmation of the felt second entry short. Now, as you can see, this is what we do in price action. We count for either long setups or we count for failed short setups. The reason is because structure is bullish. This channel is in play. So sellers are going to get trapped selling against the trend. And this is a high-low confirmation of this failed second entry short. Notice it touched the EMA, reversed, And everybody who sold here just got trapped by one tick and it's reversed. And notice it also closing inside this channel. So this is a great high probability setup. There was also a very strong momentum. It doesn't feel that way when you're watching this in hindsight, but when you're watching this live, you see tick lower, EMA confirmation, trendline holding, and instant reversal. This is a very great indication that the sellers just got trapped, and what a quick trap this was. I actually took this trade right here. So you can see the sequence of high probability setups because the trend line keeps holding. But now we're pushing below. I cannot go long here because the downtrend is in play. You push below EMA. This is just a first entry long. Okay, we have a break new low, but this is quite strong. I definitely don't want to go long below EMA. Now I need to see push above because I expect new high for this uptrend. But notice what's happening. Okay, I see EMA rejecting and I can see strong sell-off. So now this tiny downtrend at the top is not really taking into consideration this entire move. So I'm going to extend it because I'm getting nice confirmation here and here. It's fitting very well. Okay, but we're pushing above EMA, so I'm just going to wait. Okay, we're back below. And I have second entry short. New low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. And notice now the structure is indicating a little bit trend range. We have a lot of price swings up and down, but now EMA is flattening. So it is reasonable for us to expect brand new low for this downtrend. This is completely reasonable. And this is a second entry short below EMA. Very strong, bearish bar. So high probability setup. As you're working sideways, you would expect lower high. Confirmation second entry short to get new extreme. But by the time you get lower high, notice it formed way too far down, way too low. You need to see lower high closing somewhere around here so you have room to scalp. This is way too low. Bar is too big, closing on its low without any room. And you can see very strong reversal back up. Okay, so we're clearly having some small consolidation. This is a little bit unclear. You're not sure if you're going to make new high or if you're going to pull back into this congestion. I'm leaning more towards new high because this is the main channel, main uptrend. And now you can see this fell breakout, didn't manage to go all the way down to the bottom and push strongly above EMA. Okay, so I definitely now expect new extreme of the uptrend to the left. And when I was watching this, I even liked drawing a little bit this supportive channel because I expect new high for the uptrend. And especially as it's getting confirmed here, this is a good sign. It's a little bit wide for this overall trend range, so not the best channel you use, but it's indication of a nice momentum here. You can see it's confirming the prices again. EMA keeps holding. You have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, but we have 5 bars stacked, even in these bars. So even though this is a second entry long, and downtrend played out with the break new low, this is just congestion. But now you can see clear bullish reversal. And notice what happened. Now we have the identical setup we had right here. Everybody going long here, everybody going short on a failed second entry long below bad signal bar just got trapped. It ticked a couple ticks lower, instantly filled their orders and reversed, basically acting the same momentum as did right here. So expect for prices to now create new high. EMA keeps holding. Also, the second entry long was nice because it kind of like a breakout pullback. So this is a great high probability setup to take. High low, again, confirmation setup of the second entry long. You don't really want to swing this trade because you don't have much room to these highs or these highs. Just for a scalp, it worked way beyond 5-6 points. But you definitely want to pay attention to what's going on. And notice, now that you push strongly below EMA, you have a wide double top. So when I was watching this was a clear sign from the price action that we have almost new extreme. Traders are considering this new extreme. This is a wide double top, and this can help you to stay away from wider uptrend like this because you can see so much empty room at the top. This is too flat, and once you see wide double top and such a strong weak bull EMA, okay, bulls got what they needed. They tested the high, and now it's selling off strongly. So now my bias is changing. You can see this was just a supportive channel. I'm definitely not expecting new high for the previous channel because the main channel just reached new high. Broad double top, push below EMA, trailing range, the bias is shifting. But I don't really get great setup to sell because I don't get any second entry short or failed second entry long on the way down. And notice what I have. So market likes to move in pairs of twos, we already know. So we have first leg down, second leg down, and this is second entry long, failed breakout. New high, first entry long, second entry long. You're at the bottom of the trading range and most breakouts will fail. Aggressive trader can consider this. It is a bit more aggressive, but it's a decent setup to take into consideration because this downtrend is a break new low. clear 2 legs down, and it is a failed breakout. Now I'm looking back, I don't even know why particularly I didn't like it. The first signal bar is not the greatest. It just felt a little bit too bearish at the time, but you have cleared 2 legs down. If I measure this leg, let me see the measured move. This was probably, yeah, we came a little bit short of the real measured move. So you can see you can make second leg down and then you want to go long. So for that reason, it's a little bit aggressive. But once you see such a clear sideways break and you low, you know, you definitely expect for this breakout to fail according to trading range rules. So you have massive push up, and this is important. Low, high, low is far away from EMA, and notice what's happening. Okay, very strong push down. So failed breakout should generate strong momentum in the opposite direction. The fact you didn't make it to the top, you only made it to the middle of trading range barely, and you instantly pushed below EMA. And notice this major low is lower than this major low. So you have a break, new high of the uptrend, 2 legs down, failed breakout, not creating significant bullish momentum, only middle of the trading range, and instant major lower low, lower high compared to this. So this is telling you that structure is not bullish and you don't want to be thinking about buying now. You can see indication from the market, structure is too bearish. This downtrend needs to get new low. It's too below EMA, it's too bearish, bearish imbalance. I'm not thinking about selling at the same, excuse me, I'm not thinking about buying, but I'm not thinking about selling as well because I'm too low, too close to the support. And as I can see, price is strongly moving lower. It's clear right now that we're pushing lower. The bearish imbalance, major lower high compared to this. I'm going to redraw why the downtrend. Okay, we're pulling back to EMA, so this is good. Kind of like a breakout pullback. We have a new low, first entry short, pullback, we get a second entry short. And this is good because everybody going long on a high low below EMA, right into EMA, is going to get trapped. This downtrend is new low, and this is a second entry short, high probability setup. It took one tick higher, reverse down. It's quite big. It's quite big of a bar, but this is second entry short. You need new low, decent setup according to rules. The market kept pushing lower. When I was watching this live, I even extended my channel a little bit like this, but you get a small break here regardless with the break and new low, so it gets you to the same place. So we have new low for both channels and very strong push above EMA. So now this is confirming the fact that we had new extreme. So this is just what you do. You just follow these channels. You try to read the structure. Today's structure, if I'm going to zoom back, is not that clear. It was very clear at the beginning, strong downtrend, strong uptrend. But you can see it's getting a little bit range-like. We have low volume, holiday season. We're sticking to the short-term channels for the most part because we are in a range-like structure. Downtrend is a break, new low. First visual move down. Pullback, second visual move down, very strong push above EMA. So it looks like the bias is right now possibly shifting bullish. I'm going to redraw the channel again. You know, these are the not cleanest structures, but you can see if you just follow the price action meticulously, you eventually get your high probability setup. There are a couple of here. Okay, you have a break new high, and notice what happened. You have a new low, first entry short, second entry short, and also you have triple test. Now, it's common for triple test to confirm the setup even after there's a break new high. So this is a failed second entry short, combined with the triple test. Big bull bar, but it is quite congested. It's closing on its high right into these highs. You know, you're probably thinking you're going to go higher after this strong reversal of the EMA. The fact that EMA held again, triple test with such a massive bull bar, there is no way it's going to fail now. Because you would need to get massive bearish bar again lower. That's unlikely, especially the triple test. It's just a little bit too sideways. Once again, there are a couple more aggressive setups on the chart that you can make a case for. And notice multiple legs to new high. First leg, second leg, third leg. Indication from the market, I need to extend the channel. Like this. I have a new high. Directional bias of the market remains bullish. I expect now two-legged pullback at the key entry point. First leg down, second leg down. I expect new high, first entry long, second entry long at the EMA. Can we get a second entry long because the uptrend is bullish? And we only get first entry long. And I actually had it like this, a little bit tighter. Because now it's getting confirmed here. I'm still counting for the same thing. Nothing has changed. We have a break, but I either way expect first entry long, second entry long. We never get second entry long, just a first entry. And now that we have a break, new extreme, you know what we expect: reversal or correction. And now it's getting too late because the market is closing. Decent volume overall. This is the big picture for the day. Very simple at the beginning. Downtrend break new low, uptrend break new high. It got a little bit trading range like in the afternoon, but you can see there are a couple of decent high probability setups. It's pretty decent volume, the fact that we have holiday season, so it's pretty good that we get to trade. Overall, pretty decent price action. You can see you follow the channels, you look for overall market context, and you look for two-legged pullbacks because this is what market follows. So I hope you had a great trading day, and I'm going to talk to you next time. Take care, everybody.